Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. On today's program, we'll see highlights from the 2023 Action Weekend for the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And we'll learn about the work of the United Nations Association of the USA. Then, Angelina Jolie will speak about the international refugee crisis. After that, we'll see why LGBT refugees need our support. And we'll witness how Indigenous Filipinos are encouraging empowerment through education. Then, we'll profile the 2023 Goldman Prize recipient from Turkey. And we'll hear the inspiring music of Fantuzzi. Finally, we'll experience the beautiful murals of San Francisco, California.
Dear friends, this week, this weekend, this house, the United Nations, also belongs to you.
It's possible
when we act
with urgency
for everyone, everywhere.
Decisions have to be taken now. Our planet, our society, peace, partnerships cannot wait.
As an entrepreneur, it is extremely challenging to access capital, especially if you're women and especially if you're youth.
People are asking tough questions. The young people were like, we are not here for just talking points. We are here for solutions. We are here for accountability. You say you will do this, but who will hold you accountable?
What we need now is for global leaders to act more, to really scale up what civil society can do to ensure that civic space is not closing and that our expertise are being centered in all decision making.
We have to ensure by 2030 that women, girls, LGBTI populations live safely, equally throughout the world.
We need more faith from policymakers and from financial institutions that we can do it.
You need to see young people as not just beneficiaries, but as equal partners.
It's possible when we fight against poverty. It's possible to achieve climate justice when people affected are present in decision-making areas.
If we scale the digital solutions that are already out there.
When we respect all human rights.
Let there be, let there be. Fossil fuels have got to go.
If we don't act together, we are just gonna destroy the planet and ourselves.
80% of the world's biodiversity is in indigenous peoples' territories. If we are able to get our rights respected and protected, then we can contribute.
It's possible when we all feel responsible. I do.
When we include young people at the table.
When we all think globally, but act locally.
It's possible when you don't leave me behind.
It is possible when we act. When you act.
When you act, you act.
When you act. With urgency.
For everyone, everywhere.
finally tonight, as millions of refugees flee Ukraine, they join the millions of others displaced from war zones around the world. I sat down with Angelina Jolie, who's continuing her work to highlight other refugee emergencies impacting millions.
With more than 3 million people from Ukraine pouring into neighboring countries, the crisis is inescapable.
I think we're all just watching in horror.
As a special envoy for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Angelina Jolie is deeply familiar with the impact of war. As a mother of 6, she relates.
And all you worry about when you wake up in the morning is making sure your kids are okay, right? And that you've done enough to make sure they're okay. And the look on the mother's face when she has crossed that border and she now has no idea suddenly what she is going to be able to give her child, how she's going to be able to protect her child, ever a roof, ever food, ever a future. We can all relate to that.
Jolie has been on more than 60 field missions, meeting refugees from the Congo to Afghanistan and most recently Yemen.
I was just in Yemen 10 days ago, and there are emergencies that have been going on 8 years. Syria yesterday was 11 years. And these protracted, forgotten emergencies where people just have less and less support. And we have to find ways to prevent conflict, to return people, to help develop their communities and cultures.
Perhaps many Americans are connecting with the Ukrainian refugees because they see themselves in those faces. Jolie hopes we also remember the more than 80 million others displaced around the world.
Some people, for the first time, this conflict is making them track it and help them understand it. So it will open them up even more to understanding displacement and war and conflict. And what I would just ask is that we open up ourselves to care deeply when we see people in pain. Remember the women in Afghanistan, remember the people in Congo, but just to be conscious of each other as human beings and aware and to not forget is one of the most important things we can do.
Using that collective concern to drive change.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
My name is Norman King, the first Aita to graduate in the University of the Philippines. I was actually a working student way back then. I worked 8 to 5 and then I studied 6 to 11 in the evening. The only sad part as an experience of an Aita is that no matter what, you will still be discriminated. We are being portrayed as something like uneducated, poor people, only living in the mountains. And sometimes when it comes to opportunities, we have difficulty when it comes to competition. The way other people see us, it's still much lesser of a person. And that's when I realized, no, there's something more than this. I prayed that I simply say, Lord, I wanted to go to school. University of the Philippines, Manila is one of the premier school or the state school in the Philippines. The only question that they ask me is that, why should we accept you in this program, in the university? My response is, if it is required of us, to study our own culture, I will do it. Because I want at the end of the day that they will hear our voice. That there was someone who could fight for our rights and be the voice of the many. graduation ceremony. So when I walk there, wearing my traditional costume, I walk there with a head up high. Because I know together with me, shoulder to shoulder, are my people, the Aita community. It's like wiping all of those negative notions about the Aita. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. I still want to work with the young generations to strive more, to encourage them, to motivate them that what I have done is simply the start.
The eastern reaches of the Mediterranean lie along the majestic turquoise coast of Turkey. These unique waters are home to numerous endangered species, including the Mediterranean monk seal and sandbar shark. But the Mediterranean is also the most overfished area in the world and is being severely impacted by climate change and invasive species.
Right now, almost 90% of the entire fish stocks in the Mediterranean are totally collapsed.
Zafer Kizilkaya, a marine researcher and photographer, spent decades working around the world. Returning home to Turkey in 2007, he was shocked at the degraded condition of his home waters and was moved to take action. By 2012, Zafer and his team had established a marine protected area in Gökova Bay as a pilot project for what Zafer hoped would become a vast network of MPAs along Turkey's southern coast.
15 years ago, the Gökova Bay was a kind of nuclear war aftermath looking place underwater. No macroalgae, no fish, nothing, and the small-scale fisheries were collapsed.
With protections and enforcement in place, the MPA was soon teeming with marine life that spilled into surrounding areas, boosting business for local fishermen and giving Zafer important momentum for his larger goal.
After the success in Gökova Bay, we decided to make a huge ecosystem restoration project starting from Gökova Bay all the way to Antalya, almost 700 kilometers of coastline.
Zafer was proposing the largest interconnected MPA system in the Mediterranean. It was a lofty vision that would require years of planning, research, and advocacy. In 2017, he set out to make it happen.
We had biodiversity assessment reports done telling us the really important areas like spawning grounds, nursery grounds, critical habitats like sea grasses, Mediterranean monk seal caves, and turtle beaches. On the fisheries side, we did the socio-economical analysis with all the communities.
We convinced small-scale fishers that fully protected areas will work and will save your livelihood and your future.
Through education and outreach, Zafer won the support of local communities. But the sheer size of the proposed MPA posed a major challenge for enforcement. Zafer's solution was to expand his highly successful Marine Ranger program.
Without enforcement, all the marine protected areas are just paper parks. This, ranger systems are the most important programs in all the expansion areas.
Partnering with the Turkish Coast Guard, Marine Rangers would be the key to enforcement. Illegal fishing, however, was not the only ecological threat. Rapidly warming sea temperatures have allowed highly aggressive, invasive species to overwhelm entire ecosystems.
That's a huge problem. What could we do? Okay, why don't we turn into an economy? We have to eat them, we have to consume them.
Zafer and his team worked with fishermen to target invasive fish like lionfish and promoted them at seafood festivals, restaurants, and among celebrity chefs. With a comprehensive management plan in place for the new MPA, Zafer's final hurdle was getting government approval for the designation.
So all the stakeholders had meetings, and at the end we proposed our protected areas to the government, bringing the government into the field, showing them what we have done.
In August 2020, Zafer's efforts and determination paid off. The Turkish government approved additional marine protected areas along 310 miles of coastline, including 135 square miles protected from industrial fishing and 27 square miles of no fishing zones. This safeguards marine ecosystems and bolsters local fishing communities. As a result, Turkey has established itself as a leader in marine conservation.
We are the only NGO patrolling on the sea, fighting with illegal fishers, fighting with industrial fishers, and luckily government is supporting us. Coast Guard is behind us. Maybe not many people can appreciate this today, but one day they will appreciate more because they will understand that this is the only way we can save the nature and people at the same time.
For outstanding environmental achievement for Asia, the 2023 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Zafer Kızılkaya, Turquoise Coast, Turkey.
This is the favorite song of my latest CD, which is called Divine Inspiration. All the translation is in German, so your mother and your grandmother could understand what the hell I'm saying, okay? I call this Calling for Love. Strangest thing though, some people ask for love in the weirdest ways. It's all love, or we're calling for love. It's all love, we're calling for love. It's all love, calling for love. Oh Lord, it's all love, we're calling for love. Leave tomorrow for tomorrow, and live today for today. Learn to recycle all your sorrow, and in love and joy, let's all sing, dance, and play. It's all love, or we're calling for love. It's all love, we're calling for love. It's all love, calling for love. Oh yeah, it's all love, we're calling for love. Everybody wants to live, but we must all learn how to forgive. Sometimes you hit the bullseye, sometimes you miss. Hey, do the best, remember this. It's all love, we're calling for love. Yeah. Calling for love, it's all love, calling for love. It's all love. So when your partner leaves her shoes or his shoes or toothbrush in the wrong place, one more time and you wanna boom, and they come up to you and scream and get so crazy, and all you gotta do is remember, all they want is a little bit of love. So be strong, be the strong one, and give them what they need, what we all want, what we need. It's all love, or love. It's all love, calling for love. It's all love, or calling for love. Oh love, it's all love, calling for love. And we're all unlimited beings. Oh yeah. And we're all totally unlimited. And we make up our own movie. Oh, so why not enjoy it? Enjoy it. Because it's all love, or we're calling for love. It's all love, or we're calling for love. It's all love, or we're calling for love. Oh, it's all love. So Mahatma Gandhi Jr. was asked, hey man, are you Martin? He said, yes. The guy spat on him. Martin just took out a handkerchief and cleaned it up and gave it to the guy and said, I believe this belongs to you. It's all love, or calling for love. It's all love for a calling for love. It's all love for a calling for love. It's all love calling for love. Leave tomorrow for tomorrow. Live today for today. Learn to recycle the sorrows, and in love and joy, let's play, because it's all love over calling for love. It's all calling for love. It's all love calling for love. It's all love calling for love. And I do love you, and I thank God. Keep going for your love here tonight. What the world needs more of is a little bit more love. Don't forget, when somebody gets all weird on you, maybe they're just calling for love, because it's all love or calling for love. May we learn to ask, it's all love, calling for love. It's all love or calling for love. Oh Lord, it's all love or calling for love. It's all love, calling for love. Calling for love. Calling for love. Calling for love.
Hi, my name's Marie McCarthy, and what peace means to me is where every person, every human being can actually get along and care for one another and find to be more helpful to someone else other than themselves. It's not to be so self-centered and know that there's a bigger world out there, and if we all treated other people with kindness, then the world would be a better place. Peace.
Hi, my name is Annie LaFontaine, and what peace means to me is if the world would all be at peace once again.
I'm Robert McCarthy. Peace means to me everybody being happy, getting along with each other, and loving my family and friends.
Thank you for watching Positive Spin. This show is made possible through the generosity of the Patty and Jack Wright Foundation and the Prem Rawat Foundation. Watch and subscribe to our previous episodes on YouTube, and please like us on Facebook. Follow us on Free Speech TV, Roku, Sling, DirecTV, Dish Network, and Apple TV. I'm Bill McCarthy. Stay safe and healthy, and remember, you can all create your own positive news.